Hi guys, how are you? Sorry, just had some Wi-Fi issue. Took me a minute or so, and I forgot to put my headphones on. So I'm going to do that right now. Hope everyone is well here while I'm getting more. Everyone's here, and maybe more people will join us. Um, so, hi, Judy, you're ready for action. Perfect. So I just want to make sure. I had to go look for a ball today. The one that I usually have in here was missing. So I just want to make sure you guys can see me. And um, let's leave off a little bit. All right. You know, this new ring phone that I have, ring light and tripod, still getting used to it. So anyway, let's get started. I'm here next week, by the way, and then I'm not here the next 2 weeks. There are no virtual classes on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So, which is perfect. Hang out, take a walk, eat some beans on New Year's Day. Anyway, let's stand up nice and tall and get started. Look down, tilt your chin up to one side, look center, and tilt your chin to the other side. And look up and look left to right. Nice and gentle. And then shoulder rolls, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears, rolling your arms, rolling your shoulders back. And arm circles. Nice wide arm circles if your range of motion permits. If not, you're down here. And switch to the other direction. I have a couple of new things in our warm up today. Um, I can't see what you guys are doing, but I see what my in-person class is always doing. I'm always trying to make corrections to make things easier for everyone. So swing your arms around your body. And then we're going to do hip circles and 5 in each direction. I didn't count, so maybe this is around 5 in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I was thinking of this, so in our class, we do a hip hinge, and I think yesterday there was like 45 people in my class, and people are doing their own thing. Some of it is proprioception. People are not really aware of what they're doing in space and what their body is doing, no matter what kind of directions I give. If there's a mirror, you can see yourself, you can fix some things. So a hip hinge is just pushing your hip back a little bit and standing up. The primary mover are your hips. You're not moving your knees. As you see that I'm moving back, my knees bend because I push my hip back. So let's do 10 of those. 10, I think holding on a little bit, keeping your back neutral. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And someone at the end of the class asked me for some help with this. I asked her to do a sit to stand, and this is a hip hinge also. It's the very first part of sitting and standing. So the reason why I'm paying attention to that is because over the next few months, there's another exercise that I'd like to bring in. And a sit to stand is it's basically a sit to stand with some more muscle work. So we'll talk about that when we need to. So we're going to do heel presses to the front, pressing your arms out. This is just a preview of 2026. Good year, I hope. And then kickbacks, bringing your heels towards your glutes, row in your arms. And then skaters, one leg behind the other on a diagonal. And then stepping forward, feet are disappearing. Stepping forward on a diagonal, moving in every direction. And then stepping laterally. Feet together, step laterally. These are called step jacks. And I'm going to add a couple of things here. You know, I have this funky left knee that I've been working on. And one of the things that I've been doing is breaking down walk in motion so that I warm up my legs, and I find that they're great balance warm up exercise. So feet a little bit wide. You can hold on if you need to. And you're shifting your body right, left to right. So I want you to roll up on your toes on each foot. So you're warming up your toes. And as you step down, you are pressing down on your toes. So you need to have that strength in your toes, especially your big toe, as you step down. And you're also shifting left to right. And we're going to do, I want you to stagger your feet. You could hold on. It should be a stagger that if you're taking a big step, that kind of stagger. If you need a little bit more balance, you could shorten it or just hold on. And what we're doing is warming up our ankle. We're doing what your ankle does during a a walk. So we're going to step forward. That heel comes up, the back heel, and the toe comes up. So you're pressing down on that back toe, bringing your heel up. And then we're going to switch feet and do the same thing on the other side. If you could do this without holding on, it's a great balance challenge. And I want you to make sure, try to look at what your back foot is doing. Make sure it's pointing forwards. Even if you have to hold on and look down. And then we're going to add one little more, a little harder version of this. As you step back, you bring that back foot up. If you could do this without holding on, that's great. Nice balance challenge. Because that's what you do when you step off. You're bringing that back foot up. And then switch sides. Okay, so now we're just going to march it out. Just a little something new to warm up your body a little bit more, bring in a little bit of balance challenge. Helps to warm up my knee, helps me to think about how I'm walking when my knee's bothering me, and making these marches a little bit higher. And we're going to do later in our routine, we'll do calf raises, but since we just did some ankle warm up, we could skip that at this point today. And take that down, and we're going to just do our cervical spine, standing up nice and tall, shoulders square to the front, head right on top of your shoulder. Give yourself 10 double chins. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's do our posture check before we sit down. So feet shoulder width apart, standing up nice and tall, thumb line pulling you up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Your chin is parallel to the ground. Push your chin back into the hand that's in the back. Your head is on top of your shoulder, ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your ankle, hip over your knee, knee over your ankle. Belly button pulled towards your spine, slight hip tilt forward, relax shoulders, and shoulder blades pointing towards your back pocket. So let's sit and do our foot and ankle work. You're still sitting up nice and tall. Your belly button's pulled in. I interchange core engage or belly button pulled in. It means the same thing, at least in my class. For people who may not. So sitting up tall, feet up, point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the opposite direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do our 10 sit to stand. So feet at least shoulder width apart. Sitting up nice and tall. You could push off the chair. You could use your arms up and down, arms across the chest, or arms straight out. By the way, if any of you are really tall and with a lot of knee problems, and these are super hard for you, if you add a cushion to the chair, or two, make it a little bit higher, you'll find that it's a little bit easier. I have a couple of very tall people in my class, and the last few weeks I've been just adding stuff to their chair to make it easier. And it is easier when you have a higher seat. So safety is the key word though. Don't do anything that's gonna cause any problems with you. So head up, find a focal point, and stand. Keep your eyes and head up. Sit with a lot of control. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do push-ups. Remember, against a counter, if you want to go lower and challenge yourself, make sure your body's a nice straight plank the entire time, that you're not doing anything. You want to keep your hips tucked in, nice straight body. Your arms are at shoulder height outside your shoulders. And or securely closed door or a wall. So 10 of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And last week we did wall sits, so let's do them today. So even with my knee issues, I can do these without any pain. My feet are far enough out, and I'm going as low as I can without any pain in my knee. I'm leaning against the wall. My belly's tucked in. I have a little pelvic tilt up, and we're going to do 30 seconds. Do as much as you can. Please count out loud. I'm going to keep chatting with you or to you while we do these. And if you need to stand up, make sure you keep your belly button pulled in, your head against the wall. We have 10 seconds left. I may have mistimed this a little bit. And we have 5 seconds, and I can feel my quads and everything tightening up, and we're done. So we're going to do our push-ups again. Nice plank position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And grab your weights if you want to. I'm just going to make my wall sits a little harder. You can do one weight, both weights, no weight. So you're going to get into position. You could hold them at your side or up front. I'm going to hold them at the side, and we're going to start now. Count out loud. Make sure you're breathing. Isometric holds. The tendency is to hold your breath, and we don't want you to do that. That may shoot your blood pressure up a little bit. You have 15 seconds left. Keep counting or talking to yourself, talking if you're with someone else, talk to your partner. And we are done. And actually, we're going to keep the weights. We're going to do bent over rows. And I have, and if you have a TheraBand, grab it. We're going to do glutes and hamstrings. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So, bent over rows, bent at your knees, bent at your hips, neutral spine, belly button pulled in, looking straight ahead on a diagonal. Bring your elbows up and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last week I did, and this week I'd like you to do it with me. We did our hamstrings by bringing our knee up. And I can feel my hamstrings work by just doing this and squeezing my glutes when my leg is up. This week, I'm going to add a little bit more tension. What I want you to do is tie your TheraBand around your leg. Your feet should be tight with your feet about hip width or a little bit wider apart. Okay. And all right. So I'm going to move this out of the way. So it's about hip width or a little bit wider. I'm going to turn to the side. So what you're going to do, one foot, you're going to put the TheraBand under your heel. I hope you can see that. The other one is around your ankle. We're working the one with the weight, with the band around your ankle. So you're going to add tension every time you lift. Standing up nice and tall, and you're just bending your knee to a right angle. 1, and you should really feel that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And this time switch, put your heel around the other foot, and we're going to work on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you can't get a full range of motion, like getting your knee up to 90 degrees, which I saw a lot of yesterday, it's because maybe the band is too tight. See how wide my feet are? That's wider than shoulder width. So I'm going to keep it on to do my next set of bent over rows. So bent at the hip, bent at the knee, neutral spine, looking straight ahead on a diagonal. That sounds oxymoronish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And by the way, if you don't have a TheraBand, this is still a great exercise to do without a TheraBand. It really gets you thinking about how your muscle is working. You should be able to feel your hamstring contracted. And as you bring it up, contract your glutes. Makes it a little bit more effective. So let's do our last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to switch over to the other side. Switch which foot has the band under it, and do our last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we are done with those. I find those to be very hard. So grab your ball sofa cushion, have that weighted, and we're going to do shoulders and tandem stands. So I'm gonna do the hardest version for me with my left leg and back. Your back leg is providing a ton of support, so my left knee doesn't really like that right now. So remember, if you have shoulder issues, you're doing external rotations in and out, or you're doing lateral raises. Keep your elbows soft for the lateral raises. We're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do leg extension. So ball, sofa, cushion, toilet paper, whatever you have, we're going to do have it between your knees. You're sitting upright. It's more comfortable for me to just hold on. I'm not going to hike my shoulders up. However, still keeping my belly button pulled in and sitting up tall and extending one leg all the way out with my foot flexed. I'm trying not to touch down in between. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And check the pressure you have on your ball or whatever you have, and switch to the other leg, flex and extend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we are going to do our last set of tandem stands and shoulders. I'm going to do external rotations for this one. So my arms are at 90 degrees. My elbows are locked at my side. And I'm just going to bring out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of leg extensions. And sitting up tall, belly button pulled in, flex your foot and extend out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And switch to the other side. Flex your foot, extend out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's take a quick break. All right. And I can check in to see if you guys wrote me any messages, see how you're doing. Some more folks joined, I think. Hi, Sarah. Ping, Nora, Julian, Judy, Eva, welcome. Get some water. Everything is great. Great. So we're going to do bicep curls and calf raises, holding on tight to your weights. Your elbows are locked at your side, whichever version. You could do a hammer curl where your palms are facing in. You could do facing up. You could start in and torque up, but we're doing opposite arm and knee. So standing up tall, I want you to control your steps down, no slapping. Good core control if you can do that. And I want you not to travel around. That's also another way to check your stability. Can you stay in one place and do this nice and softly? So left knee, right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And calf raises. I realized I forgot to do these completely in class yesterday. Holding on lightly to the chair, rolling up on your toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And one more set of marches and triceps. Left arm, right knee this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you could put these away. We're going to do our last calf raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to do triceps. I'm going to do tricep kickbacks. So take the knot out of your TheraBand. I told you not to tie it too tight. So you want to grab your TheraBand. Your palms are facing out. Your hands are together. Your arms are straight. And you're going to pull out. You feel that contraction in your tricep already. So it's not a wide pull. You're going to bend at the knee slightly, bend forward, and we're going to pulse for 10, 9. Notice it's not a big pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do heel raises with this. Sorry, toe raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of pulses. So, hands together to begin with, and then pull out. And the straighter your arms are, the more contraction you'll feel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And because I did it yesterday, I feel like I have to do it with you guys. I did one set of stepping over to sleeping dog. Let's get this out of the way. Remember, nice high leg in all directions. We're going to do 10 on the side, starting laterally. Hold on if you need to. If you feel like you're not getting your leg up as high as you think you can, or if I saw you in person, I think you could, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. My heart rate's going up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And just to bring our heart rate down a little bit, next to a wall or counter, especially if you're breathing a little bit deeply like I am right now, we're just going to walk straight ahead and back next to a wall so you could hold on, turning our head slowly side to side. I'm not counting. I'm just keeping an eye out on the camera to make sure I don't disappear off screen. And let's go back. And my heart rate is slowly going down. And let's do some, I may have disappeared then. Let's do some tandem walks. 5 forward, 5 back. 1, arms, use them however you need to, good posture. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this one with a knee lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And get some water. Not sitting down. We are not yet. We're going to sit down in a minute, but your heart rate's a little bit high. We want to keep moving. So we're going to do that again, similar to our slow marches. We're going to do a stand-in farmer's carry, making it a little bit harder because I want you to bring your knee up to hip height if you can. Next to a wall, if this makes you a little bit unbalanced, so you have the opportunity to lean back if you kind of lose your balance a little bit. Standing up nice and tall, core engaged, we're going to do at least 30 seconds. So we're going to start now, holding on tight to the weight, gives you a little bit of grip strength. Work. That's 15 seconds. And your heart rate may go up a little bit with this. Actually, no, mine is sort of midland. This is 30 seconds. Let's do 15 more. And I'm making a little bit of noise. I'm going to try to quiet it down a little bit. It's a little hard standing on my left knee. So, okay. That is 45 seconds. We did that far. Hopefully you did it too. We're going to do working on our medial glute with a side lift seated, sitting up tall. We're also getting an internal rotation with our thighs, and which is giving us a lot of groin psoas work. So sitting up nice and tall. We're only doing one set of this, so we're going to do 15. So you want to have pressure on the ball, and you want to imagine that you're initiating this exercise from your hip. So you're just bringing your leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And you're getting a little bit of ab and core work with this. You're sitting up tall, you're keeping your belly button pulled in. Check the pressure on the ball. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the ball behind your back, you're going to slide all the way back. And we're just going to do this sideways. So you're sitting up tall with a lot of pressure on your ball, your belly button's pulled in. You're going to roll back and then roll forward, keeping your head moving with your shoulder. Your head is not independent of your shoulder for this one. So belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to turn back to the front. We're going to do a rotation. Actually, we're going to do side bend. So sitting up tall, pressure. The ball just makes you a little bit more unstable, makes your core work a little bit harder. Keep your belly button pulled in. You're bending at the waist for this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And check your core that is contracted again. And to the other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do one more stand-in. So half of our a dead bug stand-in. So I want you to get into the same position as you would with a wall sit. I want you to tuck your pelvis up, your belly button's pulled in, your back is against a wall. And all we're doing is the upper portion. So we're just arms out straight, one arm up. We're just going to do 10. Keep your belly button pulled in. 2, count with me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And at some point, we're at the lower half. I have to put something here because I can feel my feet sliding out. So anyway, let's stretch. Always the favorite part of a workout, when you're done and you get to stretch. So sit in towards the end of the chair so most of your leg is off. You're flexing your foot, leaning forward, pulling your toe towards your face if you can reach it, taking a few deep breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And switch sides. And sit up, cross your leg over, pull gently on the outside of your knee. And switch to figure 4. Push gently on the inside of your knee as you lean forward. And switch to the other leg. Pull gently on the outside of your knee. And figure 4. And legs nice and wide. Let's do our lower back stretch. I'm doing it sideways so you can see I'm not rounding or arching my back. Nice and neutral. I'm looking forward on a diagonal, keeping my head in line with my spine. And shifting over to one leg, stretching the side of my lower back. And over to the other side. And standing up, I'm doing a standing hip flexor. You could do it seated, legs nice and wide. That back hip, that back leg, you're going to tilt that hip up. You could try to push that heel down, get another hip calf stretch, but you're stretching the front of your hip down into your quads. Standing up tall, keeping your belly button pulled in. And switching to the other side, tilting your hip in. And my favorite stretch, hands on the seat of the chair. Your feet are under your hips. Push your hips away from your hands. And roll up, arms out to the side, bring them behind you. Move your head gently, side to side. And some arm circles. Switch directions. So I will see you guys next week. And just a reminder that I will not be here Christmas Day or New Year's Day. Thank you guys so much. And go ahead and enjoy the sunshine. Take care.